The entire tennis world is in astonishment over how Alex Eala recently made it official with Nike. The agreement has been signed, the collaboration has been verified, and the specifics of what Nike is offering this young lady are astounding. However, what is taking place on the other side of the story is what makes it even more compelling. Because Aryna Sabalenka is sitting there watching everything happen with what can only be described as immediate sorrow, while I am being praised and lavished with one of the most lucrative endorsement deals in women's tennis. And the explanations for that will leave you dumbfounded. There had been rumors going around for weeks that she had accepted a $45 million deal from Nike. However, as Eala was acting in the manner of champions, there was no formal confirmation. She competed at the Dubai Open with her head down and her head focused in, not letting the outside commotion distract her from her goal. The largest brands in the world are rushing up to put their names on hers because of her level of professionalism and dedication at such a young age. Everything changed as soon as the Dubai Open concluded. When Eala arrived at Nike headquarters, she was greeted by nothing short of miraculous. They didn't just give her a contract and call it a day. As a testament to everything she has already accomplished in her young career, they created an entire gallery within their headquarters that features her most famous moments, all framed on the walls. They had a pair of shoes made especially for her. A very meaningful and intimate way to express to her how much you value her. The message was very apparent as Nike walked the red carpet in the most magnificent way possible. Alexa is more than just a new addition. Nike is pampering her as though she were the future. Now, the arrangement itself is worth dissecting because, although the numbers are impressive on their own, the partnership structure is what truly reveals the whole picture. The $45 million over 3 years that has been published is already startling. However, the agreement's performance incentives suggest that the overall value could rise significantly. However, what really sets this apart from a typical endorsement deal is that IA is playing in the Nike ecosystem. She's not only getting paid to wear their attire to court. She is positioned as Nike's official spokesperson for all of Southeast Asia. This entails exclusive clothing, significant international marketing initiatives, and a degree of brand awareness usually only the best athletes on Nike's roster are able to enjoy. In essence, Nike is giving her a platform that goes well beyond tennis, and they are placing a significant wager on her star power to increase their market share in one of the world's most significant and quickly expanding markets. And it's important to consider the wider context in order to comprehend why Nike made this aggressive step. They had been keeping a tight eye on Eala for a while, and they were persuaded by what they seen that she truly embodies something unique. Wherever she participates, the excitement she creates is unmatched by anything else in the sport at the moment. In order to see her perform, thousands of admirers have been swarming the streets and venues throughout the Philippines and Southeast Asia as a whole. She plays more than simply tennis. For millions of people, she represents pride and opportunity, making her a cultural phenomenon. The marketing staff at Nike was not the only one to grasp that what they were seeing was a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Eala was being actively pursued by Adidas and New Balance, and Nike was aware that the competition was fierce. They were also painfully reminded of what happens when you hesitate. One of Nike's most costly errors in recent memory was losing Coco Golf to New Balance. Nike was too sluggish to take action, so they had to watch from the sidelines while golf became one of the most well-known and lucrative sports. They had no intention of letting that occur again. They arrived at the table right away and gave it their all when the chance to meet Eala arose. The tennis world is genuinely shocked by the story's shift at this point, since the situation in Sabalenka offers a contrast that is nearly impossible to comprehend. Eala is being greeted at Nike headquarters with exhibitions, personalized footwear, and a historic $45 million deal, but Sabalenka is having a very opposite experience with the same company. Furthermore, the disparity between Nike's current treatment of these two sportsmen could not be more obvious or instructive. Sabalenka is the top-ranked person in the world. She has won several Grand Slam titles. She has worked with Nike for many years and has accomplished feats that very few athletes in the sport's history have. Nevertheless, she was denied recognition that was commensurate with her status when she went to Nike to ask for a special tailored costume that represented her status as the world's best player.
Once again, after Aryna Sabalenka said that she would not be getting any star treatment at the Slams next year. I'll discuss whether Aryna is truly being snubbed by the swoosh brand.
They stated unequivocally that they were unwilling to give her such prominence. Take a moment to consider that. The world number one turned down a personalized suit from the same company that had just given her $45 million and constructed a gallery for a young player. It is quite astounding how disrespectful that contrast is. According to reports, Sabalenka and Nike's relationship has been steadily deteriorating for a while, and a number of incidents have greatly exacerbated this disintegration. Her contentious remarks after Roland by Coco Gauff's success caused Nike, a company that takes great care to protect its reputation, great distress. Nike was really unhappy about being linked to that dispute, and it signaled the start of a noticeable change in how they were handling their relationship with her.
And she's been in the headlines this season alone multiple times. First, for smashing her racket following her Australian Open loss to Madison Keys. And then, of course, that infamous Roland Garros press conference situation where she downplayed Coco Gauff's success. And she faced a lot of criticism.
Another level of tension was introduced by her well-publicized loss to Madison Keys at the U.S. Open. After that, there were the events leading up to the WTA Finals, which apparently reached a breaking point. Her behavior toward opponents was the subject of alarming accusations, particularly very serious ones regarding her actions after losing to Aryna Sabalenka in the championship match. If these accusations are accurate, Nike has been trying to distance itself from this kind of linkage. What was being reported apparently upset the brand, which seems to have sped up their decision to disassociate themselves from Sabalenka in a very public and purposeful manner. According to people close to the matter, Sabalenka has confirmed that Nike will no longer be making custom outfits for her. She has reportedly been contacting Nike personally in an effort to salvage what little of their relationship still exists. However, based on all that has been published, this is not going in a good way, and the relationship might not last the remainder of the season. All of this is made even more startling by the time. Eala is entering Nike headquarters and being greeted like royalty just as Sabalenka is losing ground with the company and seeing it distance itself from her. No amount of spin can change that message. Nike is clearly focusing on Alex Eala as they move to the future. This is a pivotal moment not only for Eala personally but also for Filipino tennis, Southeast Asian sports, and the larger discussion regarding the direction of women's tennis. One of the most important endorsement deals in the sport has recently been awarded to a young woman who has put in countless hours to get here and who maintained her composure and professionalism while the largest deal of her life awaited her. And every aspect of the Method Nike's celebration of her arrival indicates that they think something genuinely monumental is about to happen. However, we would like to hear from you today. Do you believe that Nike made the right decision to sign, at this point in her career, Eala to a $45 million deal? What about the country of Sabalenka? Does a world number one and multiple Grand Slam champion deserve better than what Nike has given her? Can their collaboration be salvaged, or is it doomed? We would like to hear exactly where you stand on all of this, so please share your thoughts in the comments below.